Go.
And they are off and running, and CrystalSaver using a custom while Pierpont using something else, and we see Pierpont leaving the cave while Saber does what he does best, up in A's and quickly gets out of a cave. We do see the items that are in that shop.
So 72 on the candle, 72 on the meat there, mid-level meat.
Now, Saber's saving after he picks up the 34 rupee secret, so therefore he's not going to lose that for many reasons right now. Trying to do some screen wraps and doesn't get it on the first couple of tries, wisely stops and now moves over to the next screen. The low secret is 10, the mid secret is 34. So a decent mid secret so far from our runners. We haven't seen the large secret. And not much to say early on because these guys are going to make the same path. Now Pierpont's finding a sword he can't pick up, and so too does Saber in tow.
So magical sword there early on.
And we find our first dungeon discovered by Pierpont. Unfortunately, a key door to the right-hand side can't do anything with it. So he's going to head on over to the Armos. And Saber also unable to do anything with that tough room. Very tough room. Pierpont taking a death. Saber trying to work his way around, and this is where you're going to see him do some pausing strats. And oh my goodness, Pierpont just died before he could grab the wood sword. That is huge.
Early wood sword bodes well, that's for sure.
That really bodes well for CrystalSaver. Now, CrystalSaver comes back into the dungeon that he had found, but no way to get up there from the top, so he can't do anything about it. So he'll up an A, save, and Pierpont not thinking of going back to that Armos. And this could be very interesting early on.
Yeah, interesting. Peter electing not to go back for the sword. I'm not sure if he saw what was in that room.
No, he did not get into the cave. He had been destroyed by the Lionels before he could get in there, unfortunately for him. Now we find out what the item in the Armos is. It is a red candle, so Pierpont does get a little help out of the Armos now. He does grab it forward. The Armos can knock him out for good, but you definitely want to get a candle. You don't know, you're not going to choose a candle over a heart container.
Yeah, red candle Armos item early is going to be pretty helpful, that's for sure. It's going to let him burn through all of the south here where he's going. Looks like under the Armos is another dungeon.
This here looks like in 3. Now, he does not up an A and get himself some fresh health, so he's only got a half a heart as he's going further into level 3. But at least, and this is very good news for Pierpont, is that the enemy set in here is the Goliath set, and all enemies can be killed via the fire. Saber finding a dungeon himself.
Dark dungeon.
A dark dungeon, and it turns out to be 6, and it's got whiz robes, as we saw by the likes. Getting into a room with bombs, upping A, does Pierpont, going back to the start of the dungeon, but 3 hearts. But that candle in this dungeon is a very good find, especially considering the fact that all enemies in this dungeon can be killed, as long as you don't get a boss like a Gliok.
108 rupees there for Saver. That's the high on the...
Oh, very nice high secret. And he finds a cave that has a heart container, a candle, and a potion. I believe he's going to take... No, he's going for the heart. And he will save... Oh, he's got enough for the candle. He's going to purchase it. That's why he takes the heart container. Pierpont leaving, he ended up grabbing the Triforce in 3. Did he get to the item?
Did not notice the item go in 3.
Well, Saber finding another heart container. He'll be really good to go if he finds the white sword early. He's got a 66% chance of getting that. Pierpont electing to go with some hints, and he buys a community hint that knocks him down to 1 rupee. Ganon, the white meat is the other white meat. It's not necessarily one you want to find. Oh, this seed also has a problem with its take your rupees away by being a short message. Saber finding another dungeon, gray texture. Very well possible this could be 1. So Saber finding a dungeon looks like it is indeed 1. Opting to make his way over to the left side, and he'll grab the compass, so now he knows where exactly he needs to go. Finding a community hint on the right hand side, elects to upend A.
Pierpont, he's over there burning all of the things. Headed towards the coast, looks like.
We're going to find out what the coast item is in just a second. On his end, as he leaves, grabs some rupees, goes up 1 screen to the north, and finds, oh, it's the book. So this is probably the only time you're going to see somebody make their way that far up. And oh, Aquamentus is blocking the other item, blocking one of the items in 1. Saber with a half a heart left, trying to fight it desperately, and he's able to slaughter it, goes into the staircase, and what a find it is! It's the red ring!
Red ring indeed, level 1.
Another dungeon find on Pierpont's side, and this looks to be level 7, which Pierpont has found himself in, and it's got a Dark Nut set, which is not what you want to find with a red candle, because Dark Nuts can't be killed with fire.
Stalfos there holding on to that Triforce piece, while CrystalSaver keeps looking for that second item.
Yeah, level 1 is a short dungeon. You do not want to pass it up. But a huge find with the red ring. Huge find. And we're finding all the dungeons. It looks like Pierpont may have found himself into level 4. So far we found a bunch of dungeons on the east end of Hyrule this evening. And hello, 3-headed Gliok, how you doing? And Saber already on the coast, and Saber already in 9. There we go. I've always wanted to say that. But he can't do anything about it right now, so he's just going to go ahead and leave and continue to explore the coast.
Pierpont
makes his way over.
He just dives his way through the Gliok, trying to do the best he can to get through this dungeon to see what's inside without a sword. And he pulls out the Triforce.
Now, Pierpont able to get 2 Triforces already without a stabbing weapon. And Saber getting the letter, already knows where 9 is, with red ring, with a sword, with a candle in hand, finds the book on the coast and says, well, I probably won't have to come back here now, will I? So, I think that's what? 5 dungeons on the eastern end of Hyrule that we found? Maybe 6?
Well, we know 9 is below, just above that is 1, and we're looking at 3 and 7 north of that. We know one item was abandoned by Saver in 1. He chose to take the red ring and the Triforce and move on.
Right now we're seeing Pierpont trying to line himself up and get ready for a screen wrap that will take him through the Lost Hills without having to go up the mountain. Having a little trouble navigating around the Octoroks at first, but finally is able to do so. And he'll find what is inside original level 5. Welcome to Warp Zone. Saver exploring the level 2 area, about to check out that Armo statue where we already know what's waiting for him here. It's going to be level 3. By the way, Saver does what he calls Saver strats, and that's including the fact that he does not use the select swap, which is something that these players are able to do. It's an option that people can go for, but he opts to play with the select pause. It's a good strategy for him. He uses it pretty well.
Gonna empty out this reverse C room, see what comes of it, and it's a key.
Pierpont getting a nice hint from an old man that says, "Let's live here together." That sounds creepy, doesn't it? So right now we have found levels 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9. 2, 5, and 8 are the only ones we have yet to find. Only 12 minutes into this race. Pierpont is back close to the start. He's going to find the hard cave. Chooses to go with the hard. Obviously, at this point, you're going to check the hard over the potion. Might be a decision later, or a question mark later on, whether or not he will.
CrystalSaver. Nope, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I was going to say CrystalSaver's continuing to go through the dungeon here. He's found the Triforce. Just doing his exploring.
He's trying to find what the item is in this dungeon, which is an understandable strategy. You definitely don't want to leave a dungeon without getting the item early on, especially if it's dungeons 1, 2, and 3, where there's not a lot of rooms. But Pierpont's got to be getting frustrated about the fact that he's now 13 minutes without a sword, even though he's already got 2 Triforce pieces. Saver finding the bomb upgrade, and he is 7 rupees short, and he's taking his frustrations out on the old man. Ow! Look at him go!
103 about average for that bomb room.
That's correct, and what he's actually was trying to do is work up a count so he can get a bomb drop. Makes his way into the staircase room and takes care of the Gaias to find that lying inside the staircase is scrap metal, the magical boomerang. And now into the vertical oh shoot room. Backtracks out. Now has to go find So I see exactly what Saber's doing. And people in the chat are pointing this out. He's working up his 10 counts so he can get the 5 rupees so he can afford that bomb upgrade. That's what he's doing. Now, after slaughtering the old man several times, he's able to pick up his award, the bomb upgrade, 6 bombs, 103 rupees, a big boost for him. As Pierpont, with 255 rupees, trying to find... Oh no, he has. It's in the tree cave for 234, which he just stumbled across. And therefore now, with the blue ring, he has no clue that in the forest lies the dungeon with the red ring inside of it. But he'll be happy with his purchase for right now, but would love to find where that wood sword is, or even the white sword cave, for that matter.
And Saber clears 3, and looks like he's in 7, I believe.
Come on.
Oh my goodness, Pierpont found the white sword, but he can't grab it. It's a 6 heart seed. Horrible find right there. And he really wants to have that sword, but can't get it. You can tell... You can't see it on your end, but on his webcam, he's frustrated by that fact. Hopefully he can find a heart shop real fast, as these two apparently pass by each other going out of that single cave. Whew, 6 heart white sword seed. If only Pierpont knew that the cave that he died trying to get into holds the secret. So Saber with the Triforces in 1 and 3, Pierpont finding his way into level 1. Now we saw what one of the items is. We don't know what the second item in 1 is, but he's gonna try to get his way to find both items. Now, HFK, how upset do you think he's gonna be when he finds the red ring here?
It'll probably be torn. He's got blue, but red is better.
Well, that's absolutely true, but it's still gonna be like, oh, I could have used those rupees for other things. And hey there, Acomentus. This is gonna be a whole lot of fun trying to get around him with no sword to buffer his attempt for a block clip.
Now, luckily, Pierpont on the rupee front, he did stumble upon the red candle, so didn't have to buy that.
And he goes inside, he finds the red ring, and he stares lazingly at it. He's happy for finding it, but I think what it is really wished he had found that before he had made his big expensive purchase. Because we don't know where the silver arrows are. It's possible that you might need a regular arrow to get through level to get through one of these levels, especially if you find yourself Goma blocked. Saber going deep into 4, which is something we didn't see over on Pierpont's end. Ladder blocks from that room, has to turn around, can't go any further in there. We'll just continue his path through here. So you can't go south, let's go north. And north is the tea room, can't do anything there.
Pierpont's still searching for anything that stabs. Or that extra elusive heart.
And you've got to think, even though he finds level 9, it's probably happy to find that on the map. But you've got to think at this point, he's got to be getting frustrated with the search. I think it's remarkable about the fact that he's got 3 Triforce pieces so far without having a sword.
He's doing the best with what he's got, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And you have to. You have to make good with what you've got. Saber's still making the best. Oh, and there's Pierpont. He now finds another heart container. And now, guess what he can pick up?
And he does elect to go for that, and that's got to be what's on his mind.
He has
anything stabby.
At this point, he has to make a play for that. He's definitely going to make a play for that. Although, he's heading in the opposite direction. Meanwhile, CrystalSaver finds the ladder. So the ladder is in level 4. And Pierpont still electing to burn Candle Row. I'm surprised that he isn't just making a beeline towards the northeast, but he's probably figuring, might as well clear this area out, get rid of all the potentials, and then, after I'm done doing that, head over in that direction.
And Saber has, now that he has the ladder, he has cleared 4.
Well, the thing is with the ladder, he can clear most obstacles that are going to be in his way, including the one that we had found, I believe, in level 6 that prevented anyone from going any further.
Yeah, it's just too bad Coast item is the book. Makes the ladder a little less useful.
Well, as far as the overworld concerned, yes, but you never know when you're going to need it to get your way through dungeons. In fact, you never know when the Triforce is going to be ladder blocked.
That is true.
So smart thinking here, and another good turn for CrystalSaver as he continues to explore the northeast section of Hyrule. And Pierpont, he is making, as we mentioned before, he is making his way now towards that northeast. He wants that white sword. And this would be level 6. So can't touch this? Nope, Pierpont can. He puts his hand up in happiness for that. Once again, Saber now is in level 6. So the only dungeon we have yet to find... Oh no, never mind. Ooh, big news here for Saber. He is Goma blocked.
Looks like we still haven't found 8, is that correct?
We haven't found 8, and I don't think we have found 5. And we haven't found 2. And I would have to think that we did find 6 earlier when Pierpont was making his way through. And Pierpont dealing with some dark nuts, and now very happy he can actually stab them. He's making his way through what appears to be level 7, and there's the D.
And a bow.
A bow for Pierpont. Remember that thing that was Goma blocked for Saber? If only he was, where Pierpont is in a nice early Triforce as well. That's the way you do. That's the way to do level 7.
That's really, really key for 7. 7 can be really long.
Yeah, nice convenient that the Triforce is one room away from the bow. So now with item in hand, with a weapon in hand. We're going to see Pierpont back in 3. Try to make his way over towards the item of this dungeon. Saber is going into a dungeon himself. And I think this is level 5 or 2. I believe this is level 2 that he's in now. And finds himself coma blocked here as well. No, he is not in 2. That would have to be level 5 then on CrystalSaver's end, as there's no such thing as ladder required rooms in level 2. But a nice double clip there for Saber, making fast work of that T room. So both of our racers right now with key items. Saber's got the ladder, which is going to help him get around some of these dungeons. Oh, hello there, Goma. Nice of you to be blocking a staircase. But Saber with the ladder, however, you've got to think Pierpont has got to be happy the fact that he's found the bow.
And now another overworld heart coming in for Pierpont.
And that'll put him at 7 total hearts. Saber currently with 8 hearts. Have we found where magical... Yes, we have found where magical sword is. And these two now in the same dungeon, both are in 5 on Death Mountain. And Saber getting the community hit. Ha! 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 Staying alive! That's the best I'm going to do to the BGs, guys.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
Still love you, Rick.
Saber finding the item in dungeon number 5. It turns out to be a heart container that puts him at 8. So now he's at 8 hearts. Now for Saber, time to get that Triforce and get on out of here. And dealing with the island room. Potential of a room drop here. And it turns out to be a key. We did find a key hint on Pierpont's end about what could be in level 8. Turns out that Gleeok returns with the power bracelet. So that means level 8, one of the 2 items in there will be the power bracelet. Very good to know.
Getting that bomb upgrade was very good for Saber. He's got 9 bombs on him right now. It's nice helping him out.
Hey Mike, this is my second race of the evening. I'm allowed to have a little bit of fun, even if it's at your expense. And Saber getting the same information that Pierpont has regarding the item in level 8. Now, that doesn't mean that these two aren't going to be searching for things if they get to 8 and they're still looking for a key item like the silver arrow. These two pretty much doing high fives. Both in the same rooms, just searching around. Where is this Triforce in level 5? Now, here's the question. Is it a possibility that it's coma blocked? I can't remember whether or not that room has a drop, that 6-blocked room, but if it does, and it has the item, or rather the Triforce, both of them would. We're being told no, it doesn't. Saber still searching high and wide, level 5. Pierpont taking his lead of the dungeon, finds, I believe this now would be the 4th and final choose any.
One more heart away from a magical sword attempt.
And before any rupees can be spent, Pierpont gets the knee. That is up for debate here, HFK. But that's what the Moblin says. Now, problem for Pierpont is that he is out of bombs. So he's going to have to surrender his continuing excavation of Death Mountain. And Saber's still in level 5. So 30 minutes into this race, both racers doing pretty well. Pierpont with 4 Triforces to Saber's 3. Who do you think right now of the two would you think has the lead?
I don't know that I could give the edge right now. I will say that it was very impressive that Pierpont has been able to keep up with Saber for the most part here when he was 20 minutes in before he found a stabby thing.
And Saber finding where the Triforce is in level 5, he is able to grab that and now get on out of here. And with 14 bombs, you've got to think that he's probably getting ready to search all of Death Mountain. He's got a comfortable amount of bombs. Might as well use them while you've got full numbers. Searching the graveyard, we have yet to find 2 dungeons. We're now down to levels 2 and 8 that neither racer has found so far. Yep, we do know where 8 is. Where is it? Alright, so south of the blue ring is where 8 is. Thank you very much for the help, and we're taking a look at Pierpont as he's now making his way. Oh, that was a nice quick screen wrap. He's good with some of those wraps. Trying to chase down a fairy. Finally he's able to get it. We're exploring down here in a couple of Zals there. And we see Pierpont now back with arrows. He's back in 5. What do you think about this strategy, HFK?
Well, we're still looking for the item in 5, is that correct?
Well, Pierpont hasn't seen what the item in 5 is, but we know it's the heart container, so... The problem is, it is apparent that getting to the Triforce may be ladder blocked.
We know Crystal's found the ladder in 4. Pierpont has been through 4, grabbed the Triforce out, but did not pull the ladder.
And that could come back to haunt him later on, whether or not he comes back or not. Saber is an 8, doing searching here, trying to find if he's in a troll. Oh, what a troll staircase it is! It's one room with a Gleehawk, and you get not Gleehawk, Goma, and you get bombs for it. A horrible, horrible room that is. Just one room, and you can't get your way out of there. Just a useless transport staircase. So you gotta take care of this Gleehawk.
So just a quick recap, we have the red ring was in 1, magic boomerang in 3, ladder in 4, heart in 5, bow was in 7, the power bracelet is said to be in 8, we haven't seen it, but that's what our hint was. Red candle was the armorous item, Coast holds the book, and we've seen all of the swords.
And Saber finding the power bracelet in the room filled with red dark nuts. Magic sword was early on. I believe it was the potion shop north of 3, but don't quote me on that.
It was definitely northwest to start.
Yep, it was an early search. I want to say that it was in the potion shop north of 3. So Saber able to go north It is looking like you're also ladder blocked in 8, so that's going to be huge when Pierpont goes back to 8 if he doesn't go through 4 first. Saver now knowing also that he needs to find the other diamond staircase room because that would be holding the other item, as he already eliminated the corridor staircase as well as the spiral staircase. So we know the power bracelet's in 8, that's what he's already grabbed. We need to find out what the other item is. Could very well be something that Saber wants. Now he doesn't know this, but we know it's not the bow that's in this dungeon. But it still could very well be the silver arrows or something else important that's necessary for this trip through Hyrule. And once he does find that bow in 7, he'll be all set and ready to go for what his journey through the Hyrule is going to be. But trying to get to this Triforce in level 8 is going to be real fun. But it's only a 3-headed Gleeok. No problems for the man with 2 hearts and a red ring. So there goes the 3-headed Gleeok. Saber pulls up the Triforce. He's about to move on. And he now has 5 Triforces to Pierpont's 4. Pierpont is back in 1, by the way. I think he's going to be searching for what that second item is.
I think you might be hoping it's a required item, or even the ladder, since he was ladder blocked.
And he'll search the left wing, finds out, nope, that's just 4 keys, sorry, let's try this again. Now, with only 3 keys, I'm surprised that he is using a key door to move himself from left to right. But we're going to see Pierpont making his way up to the top left room. And it turns out not to be a room that's going to contain an item. It is that single block in 1. That won't do him any good. So let's check out the right end of the dungeon and see what's going to be over there. So to recap right now, we don't know what that second item in 1 is. Both players opted to skip it in their original search. We know the red ring was the one of the 2 items here. We've yet to see the wand. We've yet to see... we haven't seen wooden boomerang yet. Oh, it's the wrap that's in level 1. The flotation device. And Pierpont's going to grab that and head on out of here. And let's make our way further through Hyrule.
The search for 2 is still ongoing. I wonder if it might be wrath blocked. Could be on one of the islands.
It could very well be so. It also could be in one of the power bracelet slots as well. Saber has the power bracelet. And it looks like Pierpont is making his way over to the coast raft, so he's going to make a play, see if that is where level 2 is hiding. And we're being told that there was apparently a hint that was given about the raft being in 1, so... Unfortunately for Pierpont, one of his raft cruises turned out to be a very expensive cruise. So as far as the items that we know has been levels 1 through 8, the only item that remains would have to be the recorder that neither player has seen so far. So now we know the items in 1, 3, 4, 5. Have we seen the item in 6?
Don't believe we have so far.
We've seen the item in 7, that was the bow, and we've seen both items in 8. So the recorder has to be in either 2 or 6 at this moment. So now we see Pierpont back in level 4. A very good move for him. He's going to search for the item. He's going to be handsomely rewarded once he finally gets to the Holy Grail that lies at the end of this journey. Seeing a double block room early, hoping it's the right room, but it's not meant to be. Now he's going to have to be careful. He is down to 2 keys. We've seen keys come into play before during Randomizer. Could very well be the same thing here. So how do you think that's going to affect the strategy here?
Well, unless they stumble upon the magic key, which hasn't happened yet, we don't want to start saving up here. I think a good strategy is to save up at least 6 keys before you enter the level 9.
Ooh, Pierpont uses up a key and finds that he's ladder blocked from going through that south end. Now down to 1 key. Saber, on the other hand, dealing with some red dark nuts. He's got 5 keys. He doesn't have as much of a problem. And he's about to find level 7's item. It is the bow, as we've said before. Now, knowing CrystalSaver, his items grabbing is just about over with. Because the only level I don't think he has found is level 2. And you know that the item, if the item in 2 is the recorder, it can't be, level 2 can't be hiding under Recorder Lake. Pierpont now getting to the treasure at level 4. He's going to be handsomely happy to find that the ladder, so now he can get some more Triforces. He will no longer be ladder blocked from any of the dungeons. Saver, gotta think he is now feeling a little more comfortable about where he's at in this seed. 42 minutes in, he's got 6 Triforces, he's got the silver arrow, he's got the bow, and he's back in 6.
It's a pretty good spot to be in. Pierpont did pull the ladder, so he's not too far behind. While I'd give the edge to Saver for sure. Right now, it's still anyone's game.
And also a good thing that he got the silver arrow and the bow before going back into 6, because he just found a Goma on the other end of that. And Saver finding the Triforce, a nice early Triforce in 6 after getting defeating Manhandla. Saver's on a roll now. He's just got to find where level 2 is. We have not seen where it is yet. You've got to think if Pierpont is in a comfortable position here, he'll get through this Manhandla and grab the Triforce and get on out of here. But he doesn't have silver arrows. Will he go back in?
Still haven't found 2 yet.
Yeah, but level 2 is hiding somewhere in Hyrule. And we don't know where, but Saber's going to search Death Mountain. Now remember, we didn't get all the way through Death Mountain on Pierpont's end because he found himself bomb blocked from getting through the true northwest area. Saber now with 12 hearts. Will he be making a play for Magical Sword, considering the fact that it's not super far from start, but it is the opposite direction from where you go at the beginning of the start screen, rather.
And it looks like we found 2.
Nope, Pierpont's back in 5. And Saber's still making his way through the northwest corner. And he will bomb And the northwest corner holds another ice cream moblin, giving him 34 rupees. So, I think this is still a very interesting race. Now, this is where Saber excels at situations like this. He's going to quickly make his way through Death Mountain, get through these remaining caves, and then we'll find out whether or not 2's here. If it's not, it's possible that it could be Power Bracelet or Raft location. And it turns out not to be on Death Mountain.
He might make Saber might make a play for the magic sword if he goes for the Raft location at Vanilla 4.
He does not have the Raft. He did not pick it up out of 1, so he would have to return to 1. He also gambled on not picking up the item in 6. Now, what if the item in 6 turns out to be the recorder, and number 2 does happen to be under Recorder Lake?
We know the Power Bracelet is in 8. We know that Saber got the Power Bracelet, so he can check those spots.
Yep, and he just checked the one near the grave, and unfortunately for Saber, it did turn out not to be there. He's going to continue to finish through the graves here, search everywhere here, and then I would assume on his way back through, if he doesn't upend A here, he might make that play for Magical Sword, because it would be on his way back to the original start. That depends on how happy he feels with 11.5 hearts at this moment.
He could also head east to check the Power Bracelet.
And nope, he is leaving that. He's going to go back to start.
Yeah, he's checking that Power Bracelet.
So, I believe this could be the last Power Bracelet slot, and it turns out not to be. So, Saber now making his way over towards... I believe he still has yet to check the southwest corner. And if that's the case, that's where his next play is going to be. So where can this Dungeon 2 be? Pierpont with a raft in hand, he's going to be checking level 4 in just a second.
And the 12-heart magical sword is grabbed.
Oh, no. We're going to find... Pierpont, actually, he's making his way over towards the Armos that he had got killed trying to get into earlier. Unfortunately for him, he's going to find something else out. Oh, no, I'm sorry. What am I thinking? He's back in the dungeon at the very start. That's right. Pierpont's now in level 8. That's right. I keep forgetting that this dungeon is where 8 is, or this spot is where 8 has been. So Saber at this moment has got to be wondering, where have I yet to check that 2 could be without me having to go back into a dungeon?
I think level 2 is taking some hiding lessons from Princess Zelda.
That's very well true. Very well true. He's still got these 2 spots here in the southwest corner to check. And remember, Saber does not use the select swap, so he's got to go into the menu every time he changes. Pierpont's going to go into the staircase. And nope, he's not. He's going to defeat this Gleeok. Never mind. And Saber finding nothing on the southwest corner, just going to upend A and go back to start. He's checked all 4 Power Bracelet slots, hasn't he?
You gotta like Saber holding on to 6 keys right now. It bodes well for when he gets into 9.
That's very well true. And he is now... I think he's going to be looks like he's going back into a dungeon. So it looks like he's exhausted all possible slots, and now he's going to try to find what that other item in 1 is. So it looks like by elimination, this seed is either a recorder or raft required.
So you'll have to remind me, Rick, if the other item, now we know it's the raft in 1, is that correct?
That's correct.
And so now, CrystalSaver doesn't know that at this point, so are we looking at a situation where he thinks it might be the recorder, and then the recorder would be blocking 2?
Well, at this moment, he's thinking either the raft could be blocking where level 2 is, or the recorder. And whatever item he finds in this dungeon, should he find it, that is what he's going to end up using to check further. He's either going to find that he's got 2 possibilities to check, or 1 possibility coming out of this dungeon. And people are remarking about Pierpont, and this is something very critical. He's down to 1 key. Saber finds the raft, he up in A's, and he will escape from this dungeon. Pierpont grabbing the Triforce. However, he didn't get the second item in 8 yet. So, the law of averages here, based on where you are, you're going to check the coast raft first. We saw that on Pierpont's end, but he hasn't checked level 4 yet. He's almost about to go there, but will he make a play for Magical Sword first? It does not appear to be so just yet. It looks like he's going to be... What is he doing? Torching the coast? Not torching the coast, torching the Deadwoods? Nope. Oh no, he's trying to scrap. He's going to try to wrap his way over towards the north. Now, Saber finds out on the coast it's not what he's looking for, so up and A and head right to level 4.
Super heartbreaking for Pierpont, because he goes over, finds where Wooden Sword is, which eluded him earlier, and he was one spot away from the Magical Sword at 12 hearts.
And level 4 in the vanilla is hiding level 2. We have now required, the raft was required. So Saber now, just get this Triforce and get yourself to 9. That's pretty much the path that he's taking.
Saber seemingly sniffed that out. He's like, I'm going back to 1. Whatever it is, it gives me a shot at looking for something. If it's the recorder, I'm looking under the lake. If it's the raft, I'm going over to 4. Then I'm going to check the coast.
Well,
it was a good
Saber
shot
only...
for him.
Yeah, Saber did not grab the items in 1 and 6. So he knows that it was the recorder or raft that had to be in one of those 2 dungeons. And it's easier to search 1 than it is to search 6. So he went with the odds. But here's a key thing, by the way. Pierpont grabbed the Triforce in 8. He never got the silver arrow.
He doesn't know it's in there.
That's right. Quick Triforce for Saber, 12 hearts, red ring. The any key. Oh, the any key was in 2. So that means the recorder was in 6. So Saber, who already had 10 keys at one point in level 2, now does not have to worry about keys whatever in level 9. Now, we mentioned before, level 9 can be the great equalizer. That's Pierpont's best chance of winning right now. The meat just in case. You don't want to find yourself meat blocked in level 9. It's happened before. Those grumbles like to appear when you least want them to. Here we go. Level 9. Buckle up, kids. One of the ones that has to be in levels 1 through 8. That would be the bow, the power bracelet, the recorder, the ladder, and something else is escaping my mind at this moment. Oh, the raft. Oh, shoot. Guess what we just found? The oh shoot room seems to always find its way into these races.
Now, what's unfortunate here for Pierpont is he did not know that the silver arrow was in 8. So without the silver arrow, he's going to get through 2 pretty quickly, but he's going to need to decide after 2 whether or not he goes back into 8 to try and see what that is, or if he's going to chance that the arrow's in 9.
Well...
And the arrow could be in 6 as far as he knows as well. Thank you, Jacob.
Yep, that's correct, and that's the key thing. The Saver theorem pretty much is with a 66% chance you're going to go into 9. Unless it's a simple dungeon that you've left an item behind it. With it being a 50% chance, that lessens the odds. You're probably going to want to clear out and make sure that it's and that's true that it is 66% because he knows recorder can't be in 9. That is correct. Saber finding where the grumble is. I feel like I direct tonight. Saber getting a key hint. The beast awaits in the northeast of Skull. And the next room down, he hears Ganon. And he finds Ganon. Gets a couple of hits, gets his silver arrow all set, ready to go. And finds out there's Ganon. And he's going to take that door that's not opened, that did not shut on the left-hand side because, as we've been pointed out by jkoper in the background, that is where Link is holding. Saber has won this race, a sub-hour effort for him, in a time of 57:37.
Nearly effortless 9 there for Saber. I mean, Zelda being right next to Ganon, opening immediately. Amazing. Amazing.
Huge run there for Saber. Just, wow.
And now in the roll of 9 during this run, level 2.
That's correct. May take a few extra seconds to try to find, because the fact that for Saber it is the second straight tournament seed that he had to play that turned out to be RAF required. Pierpont going back into level 6. He's going to try to explore this to find out what the item in 6 is. However, unfortunately, we know it's not going to be there. So CrystalSaver is going to move on in the tournament. He's going to be facing off against Dr. Jason Kimball in the next round. Congratulations to him. And joining us for the post-race interview is CrystalSaver. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic run. Tell us your thoughts about it.
Well, my first thought is the final level 9. Wow. Went into Ganon's room and I saw like most of the doors open. I'm like, Fred, is there another bug?
You had to be thinking, no way did I just stumble into here, into Ganon, and boom, Zelda's right there.
Exactly. I did not expect that at all. But it turned out that way.
It turned out to be, so pretty much your intuition is check what that room is.
Yeah, especially since it was the only locked door at that time during the fight.
So Fred's aware of that bug, and I'm pretty sure it's something that'll be fixed in the next version, just not fixed yet.
Cool.
So
Saver, how big of a shrug was it for you when you rolled in to 2 and found the magic key with 10 keys?
I saw it and I was like, oh well. And just continued on, because I think I bought a key right before that moment. Because I had the rupees for it, I was gonna like save up to buy 2 or 3 keys before going into 9. That was the original plan anyways.
You had all the luck in the world going on there, finding... It seemed like both of you found key items, but opposite key items. Like, Pierpont found the bow before you did, but you found the ladder, which definitely helped you out with some of the later dungeons.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of dungeons were ladder blocked in the beginning. I think 6 was ladder blocked, and then bow blocked, and 8 was ladder blocked.
I mean, it was definitely a good thing you went back into 7. I mean, you went to 7 first before you went to 6 to grab the bow, and especially since it was on its way to the Triforce.
I was actually debating on going back into 1, because I can hear people screaming, why didn't you get the second item in 1? And I'm just like, I don't wanna. I wanna look at other dungeons first. And then it turned out it was a required item, so I had to go back.
I know.
I cleared the entire overworld except the Recorder Lake.
Yep, and it's pretty much coming down to what item is in 1 is determining where you go next, whether it's Recorder Lake or to the 2 coast, to the 2 rest spots.
Right. And if that didn't work, I'll have to go back into 6 for the Recorder.
Yeah, you found the magical sword pretty early. Knowing that in the back of your mind, when you went there with 12, how good did you feel about your chances at pulling that magical sword at 12?
I'd say a 50% good feeling. I wasn't expecting not to get it. I actually didn't think about it until I was looking for 2 that I remember, oh yeah, magic sword's here, let me just try it. And I wasn't like expecting to get it at all, but it turned out to be good. And I was happy.
Yep, just like you're happy to find out that certain items that you didn't have to go back for, like for example, the coast item.
My routing made it so I had to go that way, so I said, Lizzie, here's your book. Don't blame me.
Hey, the book definitely helped you get sub-hour.
Yeah, that's true. So you can't hate it completely.
You can't hate the book, especially when you don't have the other item that goes with it.
Exactly.
Well, when you get the red item fairly early, like you did when you pulled it out of 1, what does that do for your confidence level going into the rest of the run?
It gives me confidence to go into 9. The rest of the dungeons, the confidence remains the same, I'd say. But when you do grab a red ring early, I definitely will take a lot of body hits just to get damage boosts going.
And we do see Pierpont grabbing the magical sword at 13 hearts. Now the question is, where do you go next? Do you go back to 8 or do you go to 9? And it looks like he's going to make the right decision, go back to 8. Now, you found the silver arrow in 8. At that point, you're pretty well set. I mean, you still had to find the bow, but you now know that can't be in 9. How happy were you?
I was actually very happy. It was like, okay, I have my key items. Once you get ladder, arrow, and bow, grab and run, and just head into 9 as quick as possible. That was the plan.
Yep, unless you find an item on the journey to another Triforce, then there's no reason for you to grab it.
Exactly.
Well, fantastic effort. You're going to be facing off against Dr. Jason Kimball in what is the first of the Elite 8 flags. Now, what's that going to do for your strategy having to deal with the additional flags like the change start screen and the random HPs?
Strategy-wise, I get to go back to the old way of playing, and I love it.
And what's that?
Just go random and have fun. Here, with these flags, you know you're starting in beginning. You have like a set beginning route, and you have set like branching paths you can take. You can go to Dead Woods. If you have a candle, you can go to the northeast, etc. With random start, you know, you don't know where you're going to start, so you got to come up with things on the fly, and I love it.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for you as you make your way into the Elite Eight. A lot of fun watching you play. You know, a lot of people here. You got people who enjoy watching you run because of the fact that you're so fast at processing information and being able to go forward from it and amending your routes because of it.
Thank you.
There was a great play that you made when you were encountered in 3, the bomb room. You went up and we saw you up your count by stabbing the old man.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what was going on when you made that play?
I think I was looking for the item at that point, and the item ended up being in the last room, but along the way I found Fred with selling bombs. And I was off, I think, like 8 rupees or something, so what I decided to do is stab Fred 10 times, or less than 15 times, try to find an enemy, kill it, grab the rupee, and try to do it one more time to get another forced 5-er.
That's a really nice strategy. I mean, Fred's not going to like you for that strategy, but I'm really impressed by that. That's nice, quick thinking of you, and that's one of the reasons why people look up to you as far as this routing and how to play Randomizer.
Thanks. I was actually afraid of continuing to do the whole stab Fred and farm for rupees because it costs time to do. I'd say maybe like a minute and a half lost because of that, but in the end, having more bombs for a trollier 9 is definitely worth it.
Especially when you find out that, hey, those bombs give you how many? 6 bombs?
Oh, my maximum. That was lovely. I liked it.
I noticed you and Fred having a little bit of exchange in the chat there. Just he asking you not to stab him. Anything you want to say to him?
Fred, if you're selling overpriced bombs, I will stab you until you give them to me. Other than that, love you, Fred.
Look out, Fred. Anything else you want to add, Hor?
No, just a great race. You and Pierpont. He's still going strong here. He didn't have a sword until I think it was about 20 minutes in, and he was still running with you neck and neck. I think he got 3 or 4 Triforce pieces without even having a sword, which was amazing.
Nice.
So, I mean, great competition tonight for sure. That level 9 was crazy. We just mentioned that it seemed like level 2 was the level 9 surrogate for this race.
It was.
And Pierpont now finding the Goma that's blocking. Oh, there it is, the silver arrow. So time to get on out of here and make his way over to level 9. And he's probably wishing he had grabbed both items out of 8 the first time through.
There is one major thing I do different with the tournament flags. Because the hints are mixed, you're more likely to get community hints than helpful hints, so it is actually better to search dungeons for the items rather than depending on 9 having the arrows, with Fred telling you exactly where they are.
Finding out that the beast lies in the northeast of the tower definitely helps you out, especially when you're dealing with a trolley 9 or trying to prevent yourself from having a trolley 9.
Definitely. The problem was I had 2 rooms left in the northeast, so it was a matter of just going down and hey, thanks.
Go down. Roar! Roar! There it is. I guess we know where Ganon is. Oh, I guess we know where Zelda is.
I wonder if that's always the case, that Zelda's door would be locked and some other doors can be opened in a glitch like that. I think it has to do with the shoot room, if I'm correct.
Oh, could be.
It has to do with Zelda being in a room next door. Like,
oh, okay.
That's the major case where it happens. I've seen it once where the shoot room was next door. I have no idea why that one happened. It must have had to do with some shoot logic as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the one where Zelda's next door happens more frequently.
Thanks.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred, you gonna fix that?
Pierpont's in 9 right now. He found the old shoot room, and dealing with 6 blue wizards shooting at him while he's trying to bomb is not necessarily a good idea or an idea of a lot of fun. I mean, I guess the at this point in time, now that you know you're dealing with a really good opponent like Dr. Jason Kimball, what are you going to do to get yourself ready to go for it?
Do some practice races here and there if I'm available. Maybe learn a few, like, watch over some of Jason's videos and see like how he does his routing and such. See if I can either counter it or mimic it, or what does he do better? What could I do better? That's usually how it goes.
Saver doing his homework.
Yeah, I was actually researching Pierpont before this race. I was actually afraid of him, I'll be honest, because I believe he's Mr. Consistent when it comes to any percent routes or any percent races.
Yeah, I've heard that being told before by Fred, and he's about to find that Ganon's in the next room south.
And he's been pulling out some really good randomizer tourney times. So.
And he now finds himself in Ganon's room.
This is going to do it for him.
He's 2 hits in, trying to get the stun lock, but just having a hard time getting the timing on it down. It can be tough to do. And there he goes. He gets the Triforce, heads over to left, and that is going to do it. Pierpont has now found Zelda. Both racers have finished up this race, and the time for Pierpont is 1:11:55. So 14 minutes behind Saber. Good race by both of these guys. Be sure that you follow them, please. And we're going to see Pierpont come in here for the post-race interview in just a moment. What were your thoughts about this race, HFK?
It was an excellent race all around. The fact that, like I said earlier, that Pierpont was able to do so much without his sword. I mean, that was just amazing to me. I haven't watched a lot of runs where you could go in with, basically red candle and just pull that many Triforces out to keep pace until you could find something stabby.
I mean, that definitely was a nice, remarkable feat, the fact that he was able to get 3 Triforces and maintain his composure without getting the wood sword. The only problem was dying in that one screen just before he was able to get inside to get that wood sword.
I think it was nice to be a part of a race finally here that there wasn't a whole lot of craziness going on in 9. I mean, the entire western half of 9 was useless.
That was quite the 9 in the sense that nothing chaotic happened. It was a clear, defined path. And there's Ganon. Let's do this. Get him down real fast. And, there's Zelda. No getting lost. No wondering if staircase number 73 was the route to get to her. No wondering if staircase number 71 is the one that you had to get to take the magical route to get to Ganon. A fun race. And hopefully we'll have Pierpont joining us in just a moment.
Yeah, really great race between 2 really great competitors. Just kudos